everyone, I'm Shadowgale, and this is my top 10 favorite Pokemon video. These are Pokemon that I've grown fond of ever since I started playing Pokemon, and have used for many playthroughs, and have really just enjoyed having in my teams. So without further ado, let's start with number 10.
Count to 10.
Out of all the bird Pokemon that you can get at the start of the Pokemon games, my favorite goes to Staraptor. Besides its appearance being really cool, it's one of those Pokemon I first got when playing Pokemon Pearl. Its attacks like Brave Bird and Close Combat won me over after using it a lot, and it stands as one of those Pokemon I prefer to get over other birds like Unfazant and Noctowl, though I like them as well. Number 9. Golem. My first ever Pokemon game was Pokemon Leaf Green, and one of those first Pokemon I remembered catching and using in an actual team was Geodude, which evolved into Graveler and then stayed that way because I couldn't trade with anyone. If I could have traded, it would have been a Golem, so for this, it's just going to be Golem. Once I started branching out and trying other Pokemon in teams, I didn't use it as much, mostly due to being unable to trade, but if I could have, I would have used it a lot more. It's able to learn moves like Earthquake, Magnitude, and it was just one of those Pokemon I remember specifically getting to level 50, just like my starter before most any other Pokemon I ever used. Number 8.
8.
Ampharos, one of my favorite electric types out there, and a staple for any and every of my Johto region playthroughs. It can learn a variety of special attacking moves like Dragon Pulse and obviously Thunderbolt and Discharge, but it can also learn a bunch of physical moves that are pretty handy like Brick Break, Iron Tail, and Fire Punch. While its best stat is special attack, having that variety of attacks is nice. Also, it has a mega form that is bomb. Number 7. From the Unova region is a Pokemon both me and my older brother love to use. Crocodile. It is a ground dark type of Pokemon that looks awesome and hits like a frickin' truck. This was one of the Pokemon that carried me throughout nearly half of my Unova playthroughs when first playing the Pokemon game White. Getting it as soon as possible helped me with the upcoming gyms a bunch, like namely Elisa, the electric gym just after where you catch Sandile, which eventually becomes the blessed Crocodile. Crocodile is able to learn moves just like Golem in the sense that it can learn Earthquake and a bunch of other ground type moves that are really good like Bulldoze, which you can get in that game. And then there's also other moves like Night Slash and other such things. Number 6.
Order 6.
Alolan Sandslash. One of the few Pokemon forms I love to use a bunch in Sun and Moon. While I might have used Alolan Ninetales if I had gotten Sun instead of Moon, I'll take Alolan Sandslash over Alolan Ninetales almost any day. It's just looks awesome. I mean, look at this thing. Like look at this thing. Look at it. It's so pointy! I mean, it has a combo of steel and ice, giving this Pokemon a disadvantage against fire and fighting, sure, but come on. Look at it. I mean, it can learn moves like Icicle Crash and Iron Head, which can flinch targets if it goes first. Sure, it may be a bit slow, but give it something like a Choice Scarf. Oh, it's beautiful. Number 5.
But who's your top 5?
Remember I said Alolan Sandslash is weak to fire and fighting? Here's an example. Infernape. Most of my childhood I spent playing Pokemon games from Gen 3 to Gen 7. Now, the generation I played the most of was Gen 4, which includes Pearl, Diamond, and Platinum. There are Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but let's focus on these other 3. In this game, you're able to get one of 3 really good starter Pokemon, and the one I used the most of was Infernape. I must have put like 1,000 hours into Pokemon Pearl because that is by far the game I know I put the most time into. I used all 3 starters multiple times in different playthroughs, but Infernape stands as my favorite of the 3. It can learn moves like Close Combat, Flare Blitz, Mach Punch, Thunder Punch. Its speed is outstanding, and it hits faster than this. Overall, it is one of the best starters out there in my opinion, and it stands as my favorite of the starters from all of them in my opinion. And it is my top pick for a Sinnoh playthrough. Number 4.
Nothing can defy my magnetic power!
The Fantastic Four can.
I just stated a bunch of reasons of how good Infernape is and a bunch of other ones, but what beats it from being in my top 4 Pokemon? Up next is Flygon. Just look at it! The Mirage of the Desert. I, for the longest time, thought this Pokemon was a pseudo-legendary, and for good reason. It looks the part. Being a dragon type, along with the ground typing, its ability to make it can use Dig without worrying about Earthquake is often compared as a counterpart to Salamence, the actual dragon pseudo-legendary from Hoenn, and it looks awesome. It's side note, if I were to take Crocodile or Flygon when given a choice, I'd take Flygon. I mean, also, somebody give this guy a Mega Form that's canon. Please, I just want it. Come on. Come on, guys. I just want a Mega for the Flygon. Just give it to me. Number 3. This Pokemon is one of the main reasons I still have some respect for the region it came from. Coming from the Kalos region of games X and Y, Aegislash. Probably the only Pokemon I had my eyes out set to get when playing in X and Y. Evolving from a Honedge to a Doublade into an Aegislash, many people love this Pokemon, and for good reason. Its ability to switch its defense and offense stats mid-battle gives it a huge edge in many battling formats. It's banned in some formats because of its ability and its power. In many competitions, it was almost always in people's teams when first introduced. It is by far my most favorite Pokemon that came from X and Y, and I think it deserves this spot on the top 3 of my favorites. Number 2. Some of you might have thought that I would have one of these specific top 10 favorite Pokemon out of all Pokemon on this list, and to be honest, it makes sense why. Number 2 on my list is Lucario. I was sold for Lucario when the movie for Lucario and the Mystery of Mew came out. One of my favorite Pokemon movies of all time. I had to get Lucario. Gen 4 is my favorite gen of all time, and I think you can see some reasons why that is now. Lucario is just one of those Pokemon that everybody loves, and nobody can really disagree and can really hate it because of just how cool it is. It is one of those Pokemon I will go out of my way to get when playing a Sinnoh playthrough, but I also caught a Riolu and trained it into a Lucario in Pokemon Y instead of just using the one you're given. Throw in a Mega Evolution for it, stonks! Now, we are now at the last one on my list. Number 1 of my favorite Pokemon of all time to this date, Gallade.
The winner is...
By far the coolest Pokemon in my opinion. It has the appearance and the looks of a knight. It has the demeanor of a soldier ready to protect and defend. It has blades coming out of its elbows. It can use a variety of attacks and moves that have a high crit chance, like Night Slash, Leaf Blade, Psycho Cut, and moves that can cover most types in the game, such as like Stone Edge and Ice Punch, which counters one of its weaknesses, flying. It has a pretty good Mega Evolution that puts its attack stat amongst the top 20 of all Pokemon. It made an appearance in another of my favorite Pokemon movies, The Rise of Darkrai. I love this Pokemon. I've used it in a lot of teams and playthroughs, and it stands as my favorite Pokemon of all time. So, for those who have actually made it to the end of this video, you'll notice that I did not include any legendary or mythical Pokemon in this list. That is because I'll be making another video for those guys later. And if you enjoyed the video, a like, subscription, and a comment is much appreciated, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. So until next time, guys, take care.